You know, I saw this video this morning by this lady named Black Indigo about single parent households, and she really spoke on some stuff that a lot of sisters don't speak on as far as our role in the black community. I'll use the quotation marks. I'll get into why that is later. Because in one of her video responses, one of the brothers said, well, you know, what is the black community? There is no black community. Community, the word community itself indicates that black people are all a single unit, that we all work together and move together, which is not true. So, but anyway, and I just, you know, I was thinking about that and what she was saying, and it's not a really popular viewpoint. A lot of sisters don't feel like that. As far as her whole idea is that the single parent household is part of what's part of the problem in the black community. You know, no unified, no family unit. And she's right for the most part. Now at the same time, there are a lot of single mothers out there who are single mothers because they had to be, not because they wanted to be. But on the other hand, there's single mothers that are single mothers because they want to be. I don't need a man. I don't need anybody. I can do it all myself. We're doing it for ourselves. You know, whatever. And, you know, I don't care what anybody says. Nobody wants to be in that position. It's not easy. My mom was a single parent, and I saw the struggle she went through, and I certainly don't want to go through that. And sisters, you know, we have a big problem. And one of the statements that Black Indigo made was about how a lot of sisters become reckless with their mouths because they don't have a man to check them. They don't have a husband to check them. They didn't have a father to check them. And at first, upon first hearing this, I could see where a lot of people would say, what? You know, I don't need no man checking me. I say whatever I want to say. Blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, that's your problem. You know, talking too much. Talking out of place. You know, saying stuff that you don't have any business saying. Disrespecting your brothers. You know, what gives you the right to do that? And then she talks about television and how in single parent homes, you know, the TV ends up raising us. And yeah, I admit I did watch a lot of television. And like a lot of kids at home who are waiting for their parents to come home from work, watch a lot of television. And it's our fantasy and our reality at the same time, which is not good. I think that's why a lot of sisters buy into this bullshit about the fairy tale, and it's all about me. You know, what's that writer's name? The Oprah syndrome. What's that writer's name that wrote Stella Got Her Groove Back? That whole syndrome. You know, niggas ain't shit. All that bullshit. You know, I don't need a man. I don't even. You know, that's not the right attitude to have. And I'll tell you something else, that brothers out there that are struggling, trying to make it, and get every door slammed in their face, and turn to drugs or turn to the streets or get depressed, is because, well, I'm not going to blame sisters, but part of the reason for that is because sisters don't support brothers anymore. We don't care about our brothers anymore. Well, nigga, you need to step up. You need to step up. Stop telling brothers that. We need to step up. We need to start supporting our men again. You know? They don't care because we don't care about them anymore. You know, I don't need you. Yes, you do need him. You can't make it without him. Stop selling yourself that bullshit, because it's bullshit. All right? You know, this bridezillas and, you know, all this bullshit that's on television. It's all about me. It's not all about you. You can't make it on your own. That's not the way it's supposed to be. And if you believe that, then you're living in a fantasy world. Stop watching television. Stop buying into that shit. It's not the way it's supposed to go. It's not all about you. It's not. The world doesn't revolve around you, sister. It doesn't. I used to be like that. I used to believe that. And then I met someone that changed that for me. I'm not crying, by the way. I just got something in my eye. Seriously. But I met someone that changed that for me, and who I've learned a lot from, and made me realize just that I was wrong all this time. I've been living my life completely out of balance, and that's not a healthy way to live. You know? Yeah, granted, there are some men out there that don't want anything out of life, you know, that like not having anything, that aren't about nothing and don't want anything, and that's fine. But for the most part, you know, that's why a lot of brothers go out there and get white girls, because they're submissive, because they don't talk back, because they're encouraging. Okay? They do all of that shit that sisters don't do anymore and aren't about to do, because I'm not submissive to a man. Look, being submissive and being a victim are two different things. It's not the same thing. Being submissive to your man and being a victim to your man is not the same. Being submissive and knowing your place doesn't mean that you walk with him in the relationship, or you endure the relationship with him with his foot on your neck. That's not what that means. A man has his place and a woman has her place. They can both be leaders. They just lead in different ways. And a woman isn't supposed to lead a man around by his nuts. That's not the way it's supposed to go. You're not supposed to tell him what to do. He's not supposed to tell you what to do in that sense either. But you're certainly not supposed to tell him what to do. You know? It's about listening to each other. It's about being one as a couple. It's about being equally yoked. You know? And I think a lot of that we bring upon ourselves with this attitude. And I hear all the time, you know, how this person I know could just go do something as everyday and simple as going to the store to buy something, and he gets attitude from sisters for no reason. All just existing. What do you want? He doesn't even know these women, but they give him shit. And I hear a lot of brothers talk about this, and I've seen it, and it's true. So I just had that on my mind, and I needed to speak on it. I'll talk to y'all later.